Hey guys, welcome back to the Wood Metal Workshop. Just going to show you what we've done to the trailer. Some of the stuff we did not film just because I thought it was boring. There's about 10 million videos on YouTube about how to wire a trailer. So we got the ramp tray installed. As you can see, it's got clips on both sides that hold it in place. Flip the clips open. They're hooked on with a piece of wire, small wire rope. I don't know what you call it. Anyways, that's what it is. So those fit fine, as you can see. We got new license plate mount, but really what I want to talk about is the wiring. So let's start up here at the front and work our way backwards. So there is the new connection box with a new 7-pin wire. It's plugged into the truck. I was testing it. So it comes out of there and it immediately goes into conduit. For this I use 3/4 inch PEX tubing. In Minnesota we have an issue with winters. The ice and salt and slush build up on any exposed wiring, and A, rots out the connections, and B, puts all that weight on it and rips the wiring apart. So everything is in conduit. Got amber marker lights at the front, amber marker lights on the front of both fenders. Got a red marker light on the back of the fender, a red marker light on the side. Of course, tail lights, these were what was on here already. I didn't change those, just rewired them, and then added the 3 lights in the center because we're over 80 inches wide. So as you saw in the last video, everything got painted. One other thing that we did is we added rear backup floodlights. Those come on with the backup lights. Those just happen to be some spares I had sitting on the shelf. I had got a deal on 4 of them and only used 2, so these were sitting on the shelf, so decided to add those in. And we did run the wiring for the brakes. However, this trailer does not, the brakes do not work on that axle. They need to be rebuilt or replaced, and I'm trying to decide if I'm going to replace the axles or just rebuild the brakes. Another part that we did not show on video was what was originally just going to be a quick and dirty chain tray. I was just going to weld in a couple pieces of angle and some wire mesh at the bottom to keep the chains and binders in. Well, I got a little out of control. I made some hinges, made a top, made a latch. Same thing here. The latch is chained to the top so it can't get lost. Yeah, with the winch here it kind of gets in the way, but there's the chain tray. Got a couple of binders in there, ratchet strap. All that stuff can be stored in there safe, out of the weather, but still allowed to drip dry if it's wet. And if you want to, you can lock that up. So what we did to the trailer, we new hitch right there, new jack, chain tray, put that winch mount together. That'll fit in any of the stake pockets, which makes kind of nice. It'll fit all the way around in any of the stake pockets. We put the rub rail and stake pockets on. All new lighting, except for the 2 rear lights, which are only about a year old, so there's no sense in replacing those. Had to replace those right after the trailer was stolen about 1.5 years, 2 years ago, and got it back, and the one of the lights was broken. So you buy lights as a pair, I just put 2 new ones in. We did the ramp pockets, so the ramps are nicely stored out of the way, and if I want I can use any of those clip points to put a lock on. So if I want to decide I need to lock that stuff up, then we can lock it up. Anyways, the only thing that we have left to do is put the decking back down. I'm gonna do a quick video on putting the decking down. I only use 6 bolts to hold all the decking on, so I'll show you how that's done. But The trailer is ready to go, other than the brakes, which it's a 6,000 pound trailer, so really I don't need brakes. They worked originally, but they failed, and I never rebuilt them, and never carry a load really heavy enough to need having brakes on there. So anyways, it's all set for another 26 years of use. So you might wonder why gray. Well, because I had some pre-catalyzed water-based epoxy paint left over from a job. It was bright white, and I took it back in and had them tinted as gray as possible. I knew I wasn't going to get black out of it, so gray was the next best option. And you got almost a full gallon of it. Might as well use it on a project, especially since I didn't pay for it. A client paid for it. So we painted it with a self-etching rusty metal primer, and then 2 coats of the gray, and I still have half a gallon left to go ahead and touch it up as needed. You may also wonder why we painted it with brush and roller versus a sprayer. That's because it was windy. It's been windy. Every day that I wanted to paint, I put it off for a couple of days, but ended up that it was still going to be windy. Just had to get the project done. As you can see, we don't have the inner fenders in. That is because of, if we change axles, we may have to modify fenders and whatnot, so I didn't want to go ahead and do that and then have to redo it. Anyways, it's set up for what we want to do. Now I just have to decide if I'm going to replace all the decking, or most likely what I will do, because about half the decking was only a couple years old. I just replaced it before the trailer got stolen, so we might, we'll just go through the decking, which is, let's see if I can get you a shot of it. It's all stacked right down there. You can kind of see it beside the truck. Pull the trailer down there, go through it, and figure out what decking's good and how many pieces we need to replace. Alright guys, looks like we need 5 new ones. Anybody got a spare $120? They're about $20 a piece, so 2x6 by 18. Just thought I'd give you a little walk around of the light trailer all lit up. Had to wait till it got a little dark out. Meant to get out here a little sooner, but it was I was on the phone. So all the lights are lit up. I don't know if I like the LEDs glowing through the backside. Might have to do something about that. Alright, let's check out those backup lights. Oh, that's going to be nice for backing up at night. I think I got them positioned pretty good. It's oh yeah, lots of light for backing up. That's going to be nice for backing up at night. Alright guys, we're going to go get some 5 new deck boards in the morning, and we'll show you how I install those. Alright guys, we're back from the lumber store. We're just going to go ahead and get these cut to length. No tape measure needed. Just got them shoved up against the front of the trailer. Give ourselves just a little bit of breathing room. That's weird. And to hold these down, it's nothing fancy. Piece of angle iron. You guys okay? That was quite the tumble you took. I can tell because it knocked the battery loose in the camera. Nothing real fancy. Got a piece of angle iron. In this case I gotta gain some access here to get the nuts in place, so we'll just open up the ramp pocket. Getting the nut in here on this one might be the interesting part. Alright guys, other than touch-up paint, this trailer is done. Got to touch up where I put the license plate mount on, and a few scratches and dings here and there. Yeah, otherwise it's ready to go for another 26 years. Thanks for watching. If you haven't yet, hit that subscribe button, thumbs up, thumbs down, I don't care. Leave us a comment, question, concern. Oh, if you're worried about the decking being held down by angle iron in the front and the back, I don't attach anything to the deck. Worst thing I do is maybe put a screw-up lock down to keep something from sliding, which this will work just fine for. Otherwise, I've got tie-down points. That's what you use. You don't attach things to the deck itself. Alright guys, catch you in the next one.